I want you to understand that I love you. I see you as a brother. I want the best for you. We've worked with me for years. We've done a lot of business together. We've made me money. You get. I want you to fucking kill it. So I will fucking give you my best. I will give you the best I will give my son or someone I dearly love. Now, you don't. These are the intros that lay the foundation for failure. You are my client. Okay. Jump on the call. Hello. Hi. Kazin, good to have you here. Good to have you here. Amazing, amazing. How's the weather over there?
Great, thanks.
Awesome, awesome. We are expecting some super hits today, but it's crazy. We'll survive it. You turn on the AC and all that. Yeah. So, I want to congratulate you for signing up for this. It's going to be concise, straight to the point, and we will leave this place with absolute clarity. As a matter of fact, I tell people, if you don't have clarity after this call, I owe you $500 for wasting your time. Okay? So I'm going to need you. I hope there's no kids running around and you have absolute attention on this. I hope there's no one going to be disturbing you on this. Can you tell me a bit more about what you do?
Okay, yeah, I run an IT consulting firm and I coach people.
Okay. Do you have, is it new or have you been running for a while? What's your usual revenue, annual revenue?
Well, in USD, my annual revenue.
No, talk in Naira. It's all right. I'm Nigerian. Do Naira.
Okay. Annual revenue, give or take, 10 million, 7 million.
7 million. Okay. Now I understand why you're on this call. Because I know that I was talking with someone recently. I know that things are crazy in Nigeria. And my sister was telling me, my mom is in Abuja with my sister, and he said a crate of eggs is 6,500. That's absolutely crazy. So by the time you start calculating that, 10 million may look big on paper, but by the time it hits the market, it's just decapitated. Awesome. Are you married?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Because that the time is, if you're a bachelor, it may still be big, but when you are married again, that's cool. You're Muslim.
Yeah.
Let me ask a crazy question. How many wives? Don't mind me. Oh, 2. I believe in polygamy, absolutely. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely support polygamy. A lot of young ladies are falling into the hands of lazy, deadbeat guys. So I absolutely support polygamy. Don't get me wrong. So, but you have 2. Now we're looking at, so that now we're talking about, you have employees, right?
Yeah.
So we are talking about 10 million divided by 2 wives. How many kids in all? 7 kids. 2 wives, 7 kids, and how many employees do you have? 4. I'm sorry if your stomach feels like feel very uncomfortable right now. It's absolutely okay? Because it's important that we have a ground floor for what we are doing and why you are here, so that we can project properly into the future. Because, for example, now, given what you are saying, if I got my calculator up and I wanted to do a math, so we're basically dividing 10 million by 6 adults. Correct? Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. Where's my calculator? Come on, calculator. Okay. So if we're dividing 10 million, for example, by 10 million divided by 6 adults, that's 4 employees, 2 wives, in fact, divided by 6 adults, that is 7 adults, including yourself. What we have is what? 1.4 million. 1,428,571. That's all you have. That's all you get this year. If you are going to be fair, I know you probably pay your employees less and all, but that is all that's all you are making in a year. and that's a very what do you think? What do you think about that? What would you describe that, especially in the way the economy of your country is right now? What would you describe that kind of income?
Very good place to be. Very terrible place to be.
Keep in mind, this 1.4 million is annual. So let's divide it by 12. That means you are just making 119,000 monthly. That's a big load, brother. How do you feel about that? Do you feel uncomfortable?
Oh my God.
Do you
Very
feel
terrible. Not a place to be.
no? What's one word that would describe how you feel right now, looking at the numbers? Have you ever done this exercise before?
Devastated.
You feel like you've been working for nothing, right?
Honestly, that's the meaning.
Good. But it's a good thing because, out of darkness comes light, out of chaos comes order. There's that Greek saying, order loves chaos, because there can be no order without chaos. So let's say the purpose of this meeting is to help you get to a place where we can establish the opportunities, the challenges, the limitations, and then the opportunities before you. And I'll also be helping you identify what I call low-hanging fruit that can help you get results in the next 90 days. So we're not just talking about maybe some 5-year plan, 10-year plan. No, we also look at the low-hanging fruits that if you implement as soon as possible over the next 6 weeks to 12 weeks, 6 to 12 weeks, you will begin to have, you would have recorded. I mean, what would you say if you are able to just change that revenue by at least 20-30% in that period? Is that something you would like to do? Okay, no, let me not push any number on you. What's a good number that you will have in mind right now? I don't know why I can't hear you again. I'm not hearing you. Why? Why can't I hear you?
How about now?
Okay, I hear you now.
Hello?
Yes, I hear you now.
Okay, beautiful. So I said I have a number of stocks I'm working on that can 100x it. Okay, if you just 8.
Let's just talk about number. What's a good number? What would be a good number for you that you think will keep everybody in your... You have a small country, technically. What's a good number? What do you feel would be a good number that you like to end the year with, that would satisfy everybody in your country? That I see myself as a nation, so you are a nation too. That everybody in your country will be satisfied and happy. What's a good number? In naira, there's no 10x naira. What in naira? You see how I'm conditioning you into my vocabulary. I don't let you give me I don't let you set the frame. I'm telling you, there's no 10x in naira. Just note that. Go ahead. So what's the amount?
Well, if you could get this to like an 80.
Are you afraid of the amount? Are you afraid of the money? Talk to me. These are things we have to deal with all together. You see, a lot of people, everybody wants to be rich. But imagine money that you cannot even mention his name because you're afraid of mentioning the full amount. So, how much do you want?
But I get like 80 million. You see,
80 million what? Say the name in full, my brother. Where? Okay, give me the full name now. Say the name in full from beginning to end now.
80 million naira.
You will be surprised. And if you eventually sign up for our program after this call, right? There are one of our classes where I show you that actually this inability to mention a price is a handicap that keep people from ever making that money that you cannot mention. But let's not get into it today. This is an introductory call where I want to help you have clarity and set the targets. And then if you do sign up for our call, this is one of the trainings you get along the way. So don't worry, I got you covered on that. Absolutely covered. You get it's something you need to experience by yourself. But let me not get ahead of let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're talking about this call today. So, fine, 80 million. That's like times 8 of what you made last year. Right? What do you think has been what do you think may have been stopping you from getting there so far? What, in your own estimation, what do you think has been the issue?
Over experimenting in the garage and not pushing things out. I think that's that.
Why
Too many things are in the experimentation phase.
Why do you think that is?
Maybe because there's an inherent pushing things out doesn't really come natural to maybe be a personality problem with intellectual laziness. I don't know.
I don't believe you. What if I told you I don't believe you?
Well, of course.
Ask me why.
I don't believe myself too. Why?
Because you poop every day. You push things out when you poop.
Yes, sure.
No matter how hard, you force it out, right?
Correct.
Some days you make sure you do. You spend 30 minutes there, make sure you get rid of it. Like me, I take my time at it, right? So maybe pushing things out is not exactly it's not necessarily a challenge. In some cases, what we find is that there's even guilt. There's guilt towards success. A lot of people struggle financially, experience guilt with money. I've been there myself. And once you experience guilt towards money, because money is spiritual, money can sense it, and the money that leaves your hand will never come back. Once you have guilt towards success, for example, you understand? Maybe your success is making some people look bad or making some people look lazy, and people you care about those people's feelings, for example. Once you start caring, that's one of the little things that hold. It's not just about marketing as a whole. Money is a whole ecology. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. Now, you see what I'm doing here? I'm pausing now. We'll continue, but pause now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
I learned it from one of my bosses. Give your prospects the rope. If you do your marketing right, your prospects will give you the rope that they will use to hang themselves.
Yes.
So you see, I'm not coming here with any knowledge, any expertise. I'm just having a conversation. I've been interviewing you for like how many minutes now? 13 minutes now. You didn't even notice. You see, it doesn't feel like a coaching call. Like when we were out there in the social scene, toasting, once it feels like toasting, you're not toasting again. It's going to be hard to get the chick. She will not even be aware until you are inside her. I'm sorry to use that example. Until she's in your bed. She will not even know what's happening. So that's exactly what we're doing here. It's a conversation. You're the one giving me the rope. You're the one giving me the bullet. You're the one giving me everything I used to nail you and make sure that you fall in line with this. So when we call it coaching call, my brother, it is not shut your mouth. It's actually a shut your mouth call. The person should do more of the talking. The prospect should do more of the talking, because the information you use to kidnap them, to twist their blockers, it comes from them. They will give you the exact words. For example, when you take it to the end, even this is the most important part of it, because like I said, we talked for 30 minutes straight, and it was just you, and I was just making you self-conscious. I brought you to the depths of your soul. I dismantled whatever money you thought you had made. I made you feel small in a very positive way, while encouraging you and making you feel I got you. But it's okay if you feel small, but you are small. This is nothing. You're actually making less than you think you are making. So, how important, back to the coaching, how important is this 80 million to you?
It's a lot. At least with would be able to, up the level of standard of living and get to greater things.
Yes, I don't. Why don't I feel? I don't. I feel I don't feel an energy in what you just said. Maybe if you were more specific, like what are the specific wins that this new income goal would give you, assuming it was real today? What would be different in your life, in your relationships, in your home?
Okay. I would spend more time. Well, it depends. Is it coming as a cash flow or as a one-off? If it's coming as a cash flow, then that gives you much more leverage. But if it's coming as a one-off, just invest more, and then use what's coming from the cash flow from investment to be able to live.
Okay, let me ask that. Let me rephrase the question in a different way. What will suffer if you don't hit this goal?
What will suffer? What will suffer?
Because I'm trying to see what I'm trying to see here. Part of this purpose of this call is also I really have to, in all honesty, I have to assess and evaluate anyone entering into my 6-week program and see their level of, what is important to them.
Okay.
So I just want to know, because I don't want to take on. We will never take on somebody who is not fully sold on their goal. It's their goal, it's not mine. But I cannot believe in your goal more than you do. So these are the questions I just want to figure out and see if this person is ready. Some people are not ready yet. They may want it, but they're not ready yet. Some people are not even qualified at all. And then there are those who, once you talk with them, you know that this person is the perfect candidate for this 6-week journey. So that's why I'm asking this question. Like, okay, assuming, God forbid, what suffers? Who dies if you don't hit this goal?
Well, if I don't hit the goal, it just means you continue to crawl through life without having the validation to understand that, okay, what you have researched on has worked, and then you can pour so much more of your soul into it. And if one is not careful enough, you probably will get frustrated with that level of research and move on to another research. And that's the familiar cycle that one has been on for several years.
Cycles. So you said it will end you to, if I heard you right, you said it will crawling through life. How does that make? Assuming I'm a stranger, I don't know what that means. What does that mean? What does that really mean? How does it feel? What does it feel like to be crawling?
Just making do with basic minimum, just getting past, just living just to be alive.
But there are people who are surviving like that. There are people who are okay to do that. Why are you different?
Now it's a decision. Because there's this bigger calling that you feel that you are born to create. There's just this, I once used that word, a parked Ferrari. You have that feeling of there's much more that could be done. Why would you not do it if you do it? And you can do it. Why just settle? Especially when what one has at the moment is more than enough to be somebody else's dreams anyway. So there's a bigger dream that one should do, especially even the impact. People will be impacted by what you actually want to achieve.
Okay, and your nation, are they aware of this? Your goals, your goal, your wives, are they aware? Do you discuss it with them?
Yes, they see that one is continuously in the lab, and there's this feeling of the outward validation of the success doesn't match the continuous pivoting. around different things.
So your goal, if I get you right, it seems to me that your number one goal is you want to end this pivoting and just make something work. Is that correct?
Yes. At least get one full-blown, tested, solid success. Then you can now continue research for that.
How will it make you, how would that make you feel in your relationship with your spouses?
Confidence, improved confidence. You know, there's this feeling of, I told you, it might take time, I'll get there.
I feel that. So which one is worth more to you? Is it the money or that feeling? That I told you moment. I know that moment. I know what you're talking about, but I'm just saying. Which if you had to weigh them?
It's not the goal. No, that I told you is not the goal. Because that I told you moment is also just higher level 1 out of higher level 500. So the journey is the goal. That journey to continue to climb till your soul gets taken.
But we're talking about 80 million. We're talking about 80 million now, right?
Yes, that's the next goal. That's the immediate goal right now for the next few months. That's the next target right now. But even that is just one level higher than where I am right now.
Yeah, I know. We just take it at that. From this conversation, I'm just taking it at that 180 million. 80 million, for example. You get, and looks like something that can be done. So, do you normally have an allocation for self-improvement and development and things like this in your business? Do you have a budget for it? Excuse me.
Not a consistent budget.
Because when you mentioned, I was concerned when you mentioned that experimentation, not being able to yield and stuff like that. And first thing that came to my mind was that when you look at that, what do you see is the reason? Is it, for me, I would say what I saw was lack of guidance, lack of coaching. Like,
yes,
that's the only reason somebody is hitting their head at the wall. If I don't succeed, get a position and try again. No, if I have someone who knows how to win, then I would win. I won't be hitting my head against the wall. You know. So it seems that the one thing that has been missing from the equation for you has been coaching. So that's why I had to ask the question: that do you really invest into self-improvement, or is it just maybe church, Islam, mosque stuff that you do? Or you just pray?
Yeah, I actually do self-improvement here and there to the point of feeling that I even do too much.
But do you have a budget for it? Do you have a budget for it?
I don't have a consistent income, so I don't have a consistent budget.
Okay, how much would you say you spend per year on it? Over the last 3 years, what's the average amount you spent over the last 3 to 5 years?
Let me say 2K USD.
$2,000 per, okay. And do you think if you've been spending $2,000 per year over the last 5 years and nothing has changed, do you think 2K could be a problem? Do you think maybe you're investing too little, risking too little?
The possibility.
Because one of the things we made when we started this epic momentum mastery was that one of the decisions we decided is that because we want absolute beasts on this program, everybody will play to their strengths. I'm sure even God plays to his strengths. That's why he invested in the lion differently. You know, there are millions of ants, but there are only few lions. He invested in the lion differently. He made it the king of animals. You know, so we are not looking for ants. We don't want to work with ants. Anybody can get them up all over the place. You understand? And ants can afford all coaching courses. They can afford to buy a book or buy one $20 course. But we're looking for the people who can